LA Fitness, killing the legs.
I'm smoking dope, I'm on my cell phone. I'm selling dope, straight off the iPhone. He want a quote, he talking 9 zones. He bobo, I front him 5 more. 9 pieces, straight 8 balls. MJG, jack 8 balls.
Come on, get it. Let's go.
Hold the camera. It's your boy E Fitness. We in here about to kill these legs. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, comment below. Let's get it, baby.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy E Fitness, aka Sir Flex a lot. Now, I learned a thing or two when I worked out with my boy Chest Out Rudy the other day, so I wanted to share it with you. And the reason that I'm sharing this with you is because I know a lot of people experience pain when they do legs. This workout right here is going to actually help you to alleviate or get rid of the pain that you've been experiencing, because it's not traditional, it's unorthodox in a sense. For example, right now, as opposed to doing squats, we're starting off with the leg press machine. And what we did on this set is we stacked the weight to something that was bearable for us. If you can't lift as heavy, just go lighter. And what we did is we just kept doing drop sets until we had no weight left. Man, when I finished this set, I was tired. So what we would typically do is we would just do a set, drop a plate, do a set, drop a plate, do a set, drop a plate, until we were all done. And that's it. Simple set, but it's going to make sure that you don't hurt yourself trying to do squats. The next thing that we did was lunges. Now, traditionally we would do walking lunges, but as you can see here, my boy Chest Out Rudy is using the bar for support. That's going to also help you get some of that weight off your knee that you're going to use when you lunge forward. I promise you, usually when I do lunges, I feel a little pain, but when I did lunges this time, I didn't really feel anything. And the movement is very simple. It's just like a traditional lunge. It's nothing too complicated. Just hold on to the bar, go down, try not to let your knee hit the ground. Here's an example right here. See, nice, slow, and controlled. And it's going to be awkward at first because that was my first time too, but after a couple sets, you'll be a pro. Now, the next thing that we did is we jumped into what's called goblet squats. Here it is right here. And it essentially emulates a front squat. But again, there's no tension on your shoulders, on your chest from trying to hold the bar, and you don't have to worry about being flexible. The goblet squat, honestly, is one of my favorite exercises. When I got hurt my back trying to squat 500 pounds, I had to revert to doing these and the traditional leg press machine, and it worked out pretty well for me. I was able to maintain my leg size. So when I do these, I typically do about 10 sets of 10. On today, when we did this particular exercise, we did 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps. Everything is high rep with this routine because that's going to essentially help your legs grow. As you can see, Rudy's sweating, man. He was putting in work, and as I mentioned, this is going to alleviate tension off those joints, so you don't have to worry about getting hurt. The next thing that we did was, it's kind of like a hack squat, but it's inverted. So if you have a hack squat machine, that's fine as well. It's pretty much a hack squat inverted, and you want to keep that pressure on your heels as opposed to your knees, and don't completely lock out at the top. Once you get to the top, almost lock out, but don't do it. You don't want to injure yourself. Next, we went to the traditional leg extension machine. Now, as you'll notice, Rudy, he likes to lift his butt up a little bit so that he can work the teardrop. That's the front of the quad. For me, I like to sit flat on the seat. I don't really worry too much about the teardrop because I already have it. But again, with the leg extension machine, the key is to explode on the way up and then go down slowly. See, I just keep the same tempo the entire time, but that's what works for me. Just get a feel for it, figure out what works for you, and then eventually you'll have your own groove. And of course, traditionally, we would follow this up with the hamstring curl, which we did today. We kept it real simple, but as you notice, we're doing mostly all machine weights, or machines, I should say, or free weights that are supported by, say, for example, the bar or something else. You're not really putting too much pressure on your joints, which is the whole purpose of this exercise. Now, this is a more complex movement that Rudy's doing right here. I don't really like it too much, but I tried it. It felt kind of weird. It's supposed to work that teardrop again. It's a variation of the leg extension. If you're not into bodybuilding, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Just keep doing the traditional leg extensions until you get adept at it. We finished off, no, we actually didn't finish off with calves. This was our second to the last exercise, but man, I learned something really neat on this set. I never knew that you can work your calves that much. So I was doing calves. What we did is we did 25 reps, and then we would hold it. We would stretch out our calf muscles for about 20 seconds, as you can see I'm doing here. And man, this burned. You're gonna see my facial expression in a second because I was deep in the zone. Rudy had to wake me up. But I thought I was finished. He told me that I wasn't, so I kept going. That's my first set. I had to make it to 25. Initially, I went to like 20, so I just went into another set. But man, doing drop sets with calves the same way that we did the leg press, it burned. You can see it in my face. I was tired. We finished up this routine with stiff leg deadlift. Sorry about that. It drifted off for a minute. And as you can see, we use like the little 2.5 weights to help us get some leverage so that we can try to keep our hamstrings stretched fully as we went down. This is a nice exercise to finish off with. This is usually used to shape your glutes. And again, those weights at the bottom, they help alleviate some of that tension that you would have been putting on if they weren't there. So in all, this was a unorthodox leg routine for me. It really helped. I didn't feel any pain after I was done, and I was able to walk normal. So go ahead and give it a try. And before I go, don't forget to like my video, share my video, and like my video again. It's your boy E Fitness. I'm out.
Come on, get it. Let's go.